You never expect to wake up and find your only access road buried under 20 truckloads of gravel. But that's exactly what happened to me. My name is Ryan Foster, and I own a 120-acre ranch just outside a wealthy HOA community in Montana. My property had one legal private access road connecting directly to the county highway. It wasn't an HOA road. It wasn't a neighborhood road. It was my road. The county recorded the easement nearly 40 years before the subdivision was ever built. Every survey, every deed, every property map confirmed the same thing. But none of that mattered to Karen Mitchell. Karen had recently become HOA president, and she believed anything people could see from the neighborhood somehow belonged under HOA control. She hated my ranch trucks. She hated tractors driving down the access road. And she especially hated the occasional cattle trailer passing the subdivision entrance. One afternoon, she walked onto my property holding a clipboard. "We've decided your road looks too industrial." I laughed. "My road." She nodded confidently. "We're improving neighborhood appearance." I replied, "You don't own 1 inch of it." Karen smiled. "We'll fix it anyway." I assumed she meant landscaping near the entrance. I couldn't have been more wrong. Saturday morning, I left town for a livestock auction. When I returned Sunday evening, my access road had completely changed. Fresh gravel covered nearly half a mile. Decorative boulders narrowed the entrance. Large wooden planters blocked the shoulders. Even worse, the gravel had been spread over existing drainage channels that carried stormwater away from the highway. Heavy equipment was still parked nearby. Karen stood proudly admiring the project. "Looks much better now." I stared in disbelief. "You rebuilt my road. We upgraded it. You buried my drainage system. It needed beautification." I pointed toward the block culverts. "The first heavy rain is going to wash this entire road onto the highway." She rolled her eyes. "You ranch people always exaggerate." Instead of arguing, I took photographs. Drone footage, measurements. Then I called exactly one agency, the Department of Transportation, because the drainage structures connected directly to the state highway system. Monday morning, engineers arrived with county road officials. Within minutes, their expressions changed. One engineer knelt beside the buried drainage ditch. Another inspected the block culvert. A third reviewed highway construction maps dating back decades. Karen approached them confidently. "Our HOA improved the road." The lead engineer looked up. "Who approved this work?" "The HOA board." He asked another question. "Did the issue a permit?" "No." "Did the county?" "No." He slowly closed his notebook. "Then this project is unauthorized." Karen interrupted. "It's private property." The engineer shook his head. "Not when your work affects state highway drainage." That was the moment everything changed. The inspectors discovered nearly every part of Karen's project violated transportation regulations. Unauthorized grading, blocked drainage infrastructure, improper shoulder construction, encroachment into the highway right-of-way, unapproved excavation, improper erosion control. The list kept growing. One inspector finally looked directly at Karen. "You created a serious public safety hazard." She laughed nervously. "It's only gravel." The engineer pointed toward dark storm cloud gathering over the mountains. "When that rain arrives, this gravel can wash across the highway and cause vehicles to lose control." Suddenly, nobody was smiling anymore. The DOT issued an immediate stop-work order. Then came the violations. Thousands of dollars. Became tens of thousands. Then hundreds of thousands. Because restoring damaged highway drainage required licensed contractors working under DOT supervision. Every decorative boulder had to be removed. Every planter, every truckload of gravel, every buried drainage channel had to be excavated and rebuilt exactly to engineering specifications. The total restoration estimate exceeded $1.3 million. The HOA insurance company refused coverage. Their reason was simple. The board had authorized construction without permits or engineering approval. Residents were furious. Many homeowners had actually questioned Karen before the project started. She ignored every warning. At the emergency HOA meeting, the clubhouse overflowed with angry residents. Karen insisted she was only improving property values. A retired civil engineer stood up holding official survey maps. You didn't improve anything. You damaged public infrastructure. Another homeowner displayed county records proving the road had never belonged to the HOA. Then the county surveyor explained exactly where the HOA property ended. It stopped nearly 70 feet before my access road even began. The room fell silent. Karen had spent hundreds of thousands of HOA dollars improving someone else's property. Illegally. The recall vote happened that same night. It wasn't close. Karen lost her position immediately. Several board members resigned. The HOA signed a settlement agreeing to pay restoration costs and reimburse me for every day my ranch operations had been disrupted. 6 months later, the access road looked exactly as it had before. Proper drainage, proper grading, safe highway access, everything restored professionally. Today, whenever new homeowners move into the neighborhood, someone usually points toward my ranch entrance and tells them the story. Not about the gravel, not about the fines, but about one important lesson. Owning an HOA title doesn't make you an engineer. It doesn't make you a surveyor. And it certainly doesn't give you permission to rebuild roads you don't own. Because sometimes, the biggest obstacle on the road is the person who thinks every road belongs to them.